wrestling content, then visit the Tantalizing Tony Wrestling Show. He is endorsed by many different superstars from many different promotions. He travels across country to major events with promotions such as WWE, AEW, MLW, NYWC, Impact, and so much more. You'll never know if he's in your city unless you hit that subscribe, like, comment, share, and the post notifications so you never miss a video every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Tantalizing Tony doesn't do it alone. He has the best producer in the house, Kira. Tantalizing Tony always has a great time with the fans, no matter what arena or event he goes to. Be a member of the Nation of Tantalization by subscribing. It's always a great time as we connect people through wrestling.
Thanks for checking out the channel, and as always, do I do best, and that's stay tantalizing.
In the morning.
Nice.
It's fucking horrible. An hour and a half drive from where I live, so I got to leave my house at like 6:30.
That sucks. Live on the show, I talk to Les, everybody. What's up?
Yeah. And what sucks about that is the show doesn't end until 7.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, go have fun. I'll see you later on.
Thank you, brother.
Later.
Apologies, guys. When Les calls, I answer the phone.
Of course.
Cut the music. Look at that right there. The NOT black and white. Let's freaking go.
We got a lot to review. Well, not a ton, but I got some notes. We got some things to talk about for SmackDown, right?
Excuse me. Yes. I'm being told that this might not be Joey Conway. Who knows? But
so it's a fake. It's like a fan account of his. He's trying to get inside your head, man. That's all this is. He's trying to get inside your head.
Whoever it is, I'll smack him. Anyway, what's up, Mike? Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Welcome back. So yeah,
You know what? Let me get my iPad. Actually, I'll be right back. It's right here.
What's up, Les? Big man Tony. What's up, Khalid? Good to see you, my bro. Once again, shout out to Les for the Kalisto Cameron Del Rey. What was that, Kira? Shout out. Yes, thank you, Kira. You're the best. You're the best.
Around. It's gonna ever keep you down.
So, Anthony, first of all, once again, this is Anthony Graves, everybody. Thank you for being here on both shows, by the way.
Of course, man.
First of all, what do you think of SmackDown tonight?
Well, I mean, like I said in the other stream, if you're just joining us, I said to Tony, I said, look, I have not watched a full episode of SmackDown since the return of fans came into play when Finn Balor came back.
Anthony, not to cut you off, I apologize, but Les is in the chat and he hasn't seen the actual video that he sent me. So
let's show it. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's just listen. Les is the GOAT, everybody. Hold on, everybody. Let's turn the volume up. Kira, have you seen this? No. This is Kira's first time, by the way, to see this, everybody. Kira has not seen this yet either. Watch this, Kira. Let's get the volume up, and here we go.
You good? Kalisto, Samurai Del Sol. What are you doing right now?
Doing what Tony does best.
And what's that?
Stay tantalized.
Once again, Les is the GOAT. Let's freaking go. Les, that was awesome. Please tell him thank you so much for that, Mr. Del Sol. I'll call him, formerly known as Clee. So tell him thank you so much from the bottom of the heart to all the nation. We thank you so much. That was awesome, bro. Les gets the job done. He got Braun Strowman for me, a.k.a. Titan, a.k.a. Adam Scherr. You know, he got me in touch with Austin Aries, EC3, everybody from Control Your Narrative. So there you go.
All right. So let's talk about SmackDown. Let's do it. Like I was saying, again, I haven't watched a SmackDown, a full thing of it, since fans came back into play. And SmackDown, if you didn't watch it tonight, perfect. We got notes for you. We got everything written down for you. It was in Detroit tonight. We opened up with Ricochet taking on Happy. I put Happy in quotes because it's Baron Corbin. I'm still going to call him Baron Corbin. And honestly, Tony, let me hear what you thought of the match, because I thought this was actually a very solid opener to tonight's show.
First of all, what's awesome is to see my boy Ricochet get a dub.
Right.
If you guys notice, Happy Corbin is on the downswing. He's been losing a lot. But I think that's orchestrated. I think this is to maybe bring him back to his old Lone Wolf character. Because listen, Happy Corbin might be doing it for the funny gimmick for the people that, oh, it's hilarious. This is not his character. This guy is a beast. He's probably one of the best big men on the roster. So that being said, Ricochet always underutilized, never pushed like he should be. This is a great W for Ricochet. And what a good match it was. So every time they were in the first of all, they got great chemistry. Yeah. They've got great chemistry. So I thought it was a great match. We got Alex in the chat real quick. He's the GM of SWA. Let's see what his guy has to say.
Alex in here. What's up, Alex?
Who is this posing as Joe Conway?
I have no clue.
I'm heavily confused.
I thought maybe you knew, but you know.
No. I'm at home, Alicia's with the baby. I was just playing a video game, and I get a phone call from Ricky saying that Joey Conway's on there, and it says NYWC SWA. But he's saying that he's Joey Conway. Joey Conway isn't a contracted SWA wrestler, so whoever's doing this is trolling you, dude.
Listen, either it's him or it's somebody trolling me, whatever the case is. I'm not going to spend all this time, but I thought you were coming on to, tell me, Sorry. Well, yeah. Is what it is. But thanks.
All right. So what happened on SmackDown? What did I miss?
Well, so we're gonna get into that. I took some notes here, Tony, if you don't mind.
No, go. You got it.
I was gonna. So things I wrote down here. Ricochet's current theme song. Me and Tony were talking about it. It's not as good as the one he had in NXT, Black and Gold. Not a fan of it. Still cool to see Ricochet in opening match. Took some notes about Corbin. Happy Corbin comes out, and in the last couple times we've seen him, at least like more. If you look at earlier in his gimmick, he's he's been coming out more with more of an ego and about how rich he is. This is more of a serious Baron Corbin. If you notice, like in this render picture that Tony has, he's got this collared shirt on. On SmackDown tonight, he didn't have that. He had a regular Baron Corbin t-shirt on, had an elbow pad with the old Baron Corbin logo. And there's a package that played. He said he wasn't going to lose to Ricochet twice tonight. And actually, Michael Cole mentioned that Corbin actually injured his elbow. That's where he was wearing the elbow pad. And Michael Cole actually says he injured his funny bone. Haha. Corbin tried to jump Ricochet when the match started. Ricochet caught him with the tilt-a-whirl head scissors. Ricochet showed off. The match went on. Ricochet does a corkscrew plancha on the second rope on the outside to Corbin as the match went to commercial. We came back from break. Corbin did a military press world's strongest slam onto the announce table. And commentary actually mentions how Corbin was a Golden Glove boxing champion and how he needs to bring more intensity to himself, which I thought was interesting. We're building up more of Baron Corbin becoming more of the lone wolf. It's a downward spiral right now. Ricochet tries to do a handspring elbow. Corbin cut him off. Corbin throws him into the LED post under the turnbuckle. Corbin taunts the crowd. Ricochet reverses a deep six into a DDT. Really cool spot. Ricochet mounts a comeback. Corbin goes for a choke slam, gets caught into a Hurricane Rana. Match continues on. Corbin then catches Ricochet finally with a deep six for a 2. Ricochet attempted the 630. Ricochet landed on his feet as Corbin moved out of the way. And Corbin, I've never seen Baron Corbin do this. Chad, correct me if I'm wrong. He does a back suplex facebuster, which is pretty cool. And I believe Corbin pinned him for a 2. Ricochet super kicked Corbin down and connects with the shooting star press off the top rope, not the 630. Important to note that for the W. And like Tony was saying, it's a pretty good match for the opening. And commentary is continuing to mention how Corbin is on a downward spiral, kind of reminiscent of last year when he was bum-ass Baron Corbin, and Pat McAfee also made fun of Corbin after the match. What was your guys' thoughts on it? Moreover, if anything else to add to it.
First of all, you get the big screen right there for that great recap.
Oh, thank you.
No, I like that. Listen, I was talking to Gary. I muted myself. I was like, Gary, you hear this freaking kid? This is freaking amazing. This is great. First of all, everything you said was on point. I love how you definitely got in the actual match. So I was literally listening to you, and I could visually see what's going on. So that was awesome.
Yeah.
Also, not to cut you guys off, we got a bomb in the chat, $9.99, Smoke Man Joe.
Look at Anthony. Let's go, Anthony. I'm loving it. First of all, Smoke Man Joe, thank you for the $9.99 super chat. Appreciate that, bro. We're gonna hit you with a video in a second. Don't go anywhere. By the way, everybody, and I'm not complaining. Please don't think I'm complaining about super chats, guys. I'm going to all out. Thank you because of a subscriber that bought my actual ticket into the arena. I'm still trying to get plane fare. So, I mean, I do have my own money, but my kid's in college. So if you guys want to send a super chat and support me getting on this plane, please send me a super chat. Where was Akira? There we go. There's my Cash App. There's my Venmo. Hey, Smoking Joe, I'm not complaining. Thank you for that super chat. That'll be in the bank, but I appreciate it. Anthony, yeah, everything you said is great. Number one, I like the points you made that the commentary is very subtly bringing back the Baron Corbin gimmick about the elbow pad, him being more tough, him on the downward spiral. I also like that Ricochet is starting to shine now. Ever since Triple H has taken over, he has shined. Alex, did you see any of the show tonight?
Did I what time?
Did you see any of the show tonight?
I didn't see any of the show. I literally got home. At
Perfect. Here for the recap, then, man. We got you covered.
I'm literally here for the recap, and if I can just hear exactly what Anthony just freaking did, it's like I'm watching it in a recap.
Right. And I don't know how long. See, this is honest to God. I'm going to say, I see Anthony lagging a bit now, but he wasn't before. So I'm not saying.
Oh, man.
It's not your fault. It's StreamYard. StreamYard has I don't know what's going on. Just stand by. I might have to knock you out, Alex, for a little while, but just we'll not right now. Anyway, you're good for now. I thought it was a great match, a great opening match for SmackDown. It's great to see a guy who hasn't been pushed for a while, and Corbin, who should be pushed. You know, he's been pushed, but he's losing every match. He lost to McAfee. He's been losing on TV. It's time to get this guy back on the dark road. Get him back as that badass. I think I give this match like a 7.5 out of 10. Great opening match for SmackDown.
Yeah, I definitely think it was it was definitely worthwhile, honestly, for a good opening match between a cruiserweight and a bigger guy. Those two, like you said before, have really good chemistry, and hopefully we might even get to see. I know WWE likes to do a lot of rematches. If they did one more with these two again, maybe no DQ, false count anywhere, I think it could be a really good match, and I'm interested to see where Corbin goes. So after this, they cut to the Street Profits, and I also put in my notes that they're actually from Raw. So we have more Raw people showing up on SmackDown. I'm not sure where this fits in with the brand split. And they just appear walking backstage, and they run into Hit Row, and they all walk backstage. They walk off camera, and it's kind of mentioned that they want to smoke, but not the smoke, to Blaze. So we go to commercial, come back. Drew McIntyre has a package talking about how He was once deemed the chosen one, and basically about how his mom passed away and how that kind of showed him that he needs to be on the right path again. These video packages, man. WWE are great. I put a side note. Hope McIntyre brings back Broken Dreams for Clash at the Castle. I think that'd be awesome. And then we get somebody who endorsed the channel here, Karrion Cross.
All right, just to give you a quick. This is what Drew used to look like and what he looks like now. And before we just get more to the into SmackDown, let's give Smoke Man Joe his due for the super chat.
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. Yeah,
no, cool. No, I was all over the place. Don't worry about it. Hey, Smoke and Joe with the 999 super chat. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Every time you do super chat, you get a video, and here it is.
Thanks for the super chat, baby! Ding, ding!
Ding, ding. 999 super chat. Thank you so much.
Let's go.
Appreciate you, Smoke Man Joe. Okay, back. Oh, look at this. Yo, guys, as you're talking, right? Watch this. What were you just talking about Karrion Cross?
Yeah.
Just how quick she got. Just how fast she is.
That's perfect.
It took me forever to get this.
So after this package, they have Cross. He's not talking backstage, and he's not even talking in the ring. It looks like where they had him, he was actually like almost in like some kind of VIP area where you see the ring in the distance and the lights go out, and it shows Cross talking. I couldn't catch all of his promo written down, but he's talking about Drew McIntyre's story. And he basically tells him he's going to take his arm into his head, and everything that Drew McIntyre has accomplished in his career will mean nothing. And it is so cool to see how Karrion Cross has really come back and transitioned into WWE. Tone, what do you think of this? And where do you think this is going with Cross? Is he going to be a threat to Roman in the future?
First of all, gimmick aside, this is one of the nicest men I've ever met in my life. I'm sorry to steal the thunder, but the guy endorsed the channel, and he was so humble and so giving. He says to me, and I said this before, I'm going to repeat it. He goes, "Hey, I hope this helps your channel, man. I hope you get some views because of it. You're a great guy. You got a lot of energy. You got a lot of passion. I wish you nothing but the best." This guy didn't have to do that. That being said, he walked away, and somebody grabbed his shirt and said, "Hey, Karrion," and he, whoa, yo, it turned on like a light switch. This guy, and that was the Karrion Cross we know. Now, here's the thing that I really am still mulling around about him. Is he the guy to beat Roman? It's so tough to say because we got Clash at the Castle next week, and we got Drew McIntyre right now is hot. He's a two-time WWE champion, and he never had the title in front of a fan. Not one live fan saw him win. So is this his time? Is it safe to say that this is Drew's time, and maybe Karrion's the guy to take it from Drew? But that being said, Karrion could be such a big factor in the Clash of the Castle match, and this could end in a disqualification.
Right.
Or could something happen and this becomes a triple threat? You know, who knows what could happen? Whatever the case is, Karrion Cross is on a collision course with one of these guys and the WWE Undisputed Universal Heavyweight Championship.
I definitely agree with that. I definitely think that this is going to lead more towards Cross and McIntyre, but it'll be interesting to see if he's overseas for this show and whether he interferes or not. After this, we had the last chance tag team fatal four-way to get into the women's tag team championship tournament. Obviously, the belts have been vacant because Sasha Banks and Naomi have left the company, presumably. We don't know if they're coming back or not, but we had Xia Li team with Shotzi Blackheart. And we had also Sonya Deville and Natalia. We had Doudrop and Nikki Cross. We also had Tamina and Dana Brooke. Now, I did not catch this match in its entirety because I was getting ready to come on here with Tony for the 9 o'clock hour. However, I did see Sonya and Natalia did win, and we're going to see them later on in tonight's match. I mean, from the bits and pieces I saw, Dana Brooke is very athletic. I think she is somewhat definitely underrated. I don't know if she'll ever be women's champion. Okay.
So underrated. So I would love them to get a secondary women's title because then you could give it to her. That 24/7 title's got to go.
And the other thing is, I witnessed Shotzi Blackheart dive through chairs at an Evolve show. Shotzi Blackheart is a very talented individual. I hope that under the Triple H era, we can see more of her kind of be a single star. But who knows really what we're going to see. But Sonya and Natalia win. And there's nothing else really much to say unless, Tony, you want to add something to it.
No, not much to say other than I figured that Natalia and Sonya would get the dub. If you guys noticed, there was some backstage arguing with Doudrop and Nikki Cross as well. That's going to be something as well.
For sure.
Real quick, Jeff Samuel has a question real quick, just off topic, but he's asked three of us, do we hear about that Hunter's bringing back all the old belts? And this is the fourth time tonight I've heard this. So it might be true.
That'd be interesting to see.
Very. Go ahead, Ant. Keep it going.
Moving forward here, we then have Sheamus and Pete Dunne and Rich Holland. They come out as we go to commercial. We come back and we have Shayna Baszler. We got a package for them real quick. They're teasing Shayna and Liv Morgan at Clash at the Castle, which is going to be interesting. And they're really hyping up Shayna Baszler here, which I think is good. Then finally. Finally, it's about time. Sheamus cuts a promo in the ring, and Walter comes out and interrupts him. And Sheamus tells Walter he is the real ring general. He says he's beat the very best in the business. He mentioned Cena, he mentioned Roman, he mentioned Triple H, and Sheamus also mentioned the fact that he's never been the Intercontinental Champion. And now Gunther said, "You're a man who should be respected, but that he is nothing like Gunther." And Gunther said he's going to show him violence. And I put on the side here, very incredible promo here by both of these guys. The Intercontinental Championship finally feels like a big deal. Finally, since almost, I want to say, The Miz had the Intercontinental Championship, it feels like it's important here. Pete Dunne actually attacks Marcel, and a brawl breaks out as Sheamus and Walter just stare at each other, and then eventually they hold their guys off, and that's how it ends. And it was just, and there's the picture right there. I forgot we even had it up. Just this is like, they're really building this up, and it feels like a big deal here. It feels like it's going to be a big fight. What do you guys think about this? Because I think it's going to be a war.
Now, Alex, you didn't see the show, but what do you think from this visual right here?
Well, I mean, if what Anthony said was right, and they just kept locking onto each other, that's awesome. That's great. That's a good build-up. That's crazy. I'm like, my mind is blown.
Yeah, the tag partners fought, but they didn't. The leaders of both of those factions.
They just looked at each other.
The whole time, the stare down was awesome. Yeah.
Back Hulk Hogan and The Rock stare down status.
Something like that. Let me say this. And I want to, before I tell you this, let me just show you something. Okay, so you guys know my favorite title of all time is the original. Alex has this title as well. He has, I don't know if you have your title near you, Alex, but this is the WWF IC Championship, as you can see. This is, to me, in my opinion, the workhorse title, the working man's title. And you said prestige. People that have won this title are basically Hall of Famers. Show yours, Alex. Now he's got the red logo. Put it up close, bro.
Hold on.
Look at that right there.
That's just beautiful, man.
Yeah, man. Don't leave your door unlocked, bro, because I know where you live. But when you say IC title, you think of names like this: Mr. Perfect, Bret the Hitman Hart, the Ultimate Warrior, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, the Macho Man Randy Savage, Chris Jericho, and there's many, many, many more who have held this IC title, who have held it with such prestige and such honor. And over the past couple years, this title has meant nothing. Anthony, you made a great point to say that this title now means something. You also alluded to the fact that Sheamus has never been IC champion. He has been a tag team champion. He has been a United States champion. He has been a world champion. He needs the IC title to be a Grand Slam winner. This match means everything because Gunther, whatever you want to call him, is the longest reigning NXT UK champion at over 800 days. And he has brought a different look to SmackDown. Owen Hart as well. Thank you, Nick Thompson. How can I forget Owen Hart? I'm looking forward to this match.
Let me point out something real quick. I'm sorry to cut you off, Tone.
No, cut me off.
There is a fact, and this is a genuine fact here. This is the first time the Intercontinental title has been on a pay-per-view since WrestleMania 37. A year and a half. How much the title has been degraded, basically, over time is shocking. The last time it was on pay-per-view it was Apollo Crews versus Big E. That was the last time it was defended on pay-per-view. Now we're getting it at Clash at the Castle, and the build for it is already from this one segment. It's perfect.
Was that Tampa Bay?
Yes, that was when WrestleMania they actually had fans.
That's when they had the rain out, and I had the rain out video. Correct. Okay.
That was the last time the belt was defended on pay-per-view. Crazy, right?
We got a 4-man panel now.
4-man panel. Let's go.
What you guys say, Rich?
I'm scared.
Scared of what?
Oh, there's gravitas in here. All these egos, all these sexy men in the chat and in the room. What's going on?
Are you traveling right now?
Not yet. So
Richie going on vacation. All right,
that's hype. That's hype.
It is hype. So yeah, I think Anthony. Richie, real quick, what do you think about Gunther versus Sheamus? The guys with one name.
Gunther's not losing.
Oh no, I don't think he's losing.
No,
at all.
He's not. I think he holds that title all the way to Mania and drops it to somebody at Mania. They make that Intercontinental title have some relevance, and maybe we get a new design for it. I don't know, but what would you think about a new big eagle with the or winged eagle with the new logo, some type of way incorporated or something like that?
Let's go back to the one I have. Let's go back. Let's make. You want to make this title mean something? You go back to this design. You back to the design that Alex and I have. You go back to this design, and that brings prestige to it because people are like, oh, wait a minute now. That's number one.
Yeah, all three of us.
We do that. We all have IC title. That's true. Number two. By the way, I have the number two. By the way, this is why I think as well. I do think Gunther retains in a great match, but I also think this. I think that we see the turn of Sheamus. I think Sheamus goes face.
Yeah, I think that's what it's leading to. You can tell.
This is what it's leading to. And how about this? How about he loses at Clash of the Castle and Gunther holds it till WrestleMania and Sheamus gets it at Mania? That to me is great storytelling.
That'd be nice storytelling if you have Sheamus lose and then you have Pete Dunne snap on Sheamus. And Ridge Holland and Pete Dunne, separate themselves from Sheamus and put Sheamus by himself. So
Yeah, that'll definitely that would definitely be awesome. I mean, if Pete Dunne even won it from Gunther, I'd be for that as well.
Yeah, he's gonna get a singles push soon, like as the bruiserweight. There it is. There it is.
That's my favorite IC title right there.
Is it really?
That's my favorite one. Yeah.
Wow.
You had to show that, right?
Listen, people love it. I'm not the greatest fan of it. I think it's okay, but
I just love the design, man. It's just
I
so.
love the design too. I just think it's a little small. I think the oval throws it off a little bit.
That's one of the titles that I need to complete my Edge collection.
Oh, well, you don't need that one to complete your Edge collection.
But anyway,
you don't need that one to complete your Edge collection. And I'm a Steamboat guy. That red will look good there. I got no problem parting with that one for that one. Deal or no deal?
You gonna have a deal?
AEW.
AEW. No.
Talk later.
Let's keep going with SmackDown here. So
Anthony, hold up. Let me give Anthony the big box. Hold up a second.
I'll get the big box.
Great. I love this. I love this. Great. Great. This is awesome.
There you go. Anthony gets the big box.
Yeah.
All right. So next segment we go into. This is what you alluded to earlier, Tone. Sonya and Natalya, they got interviewed basically talking about how they're going to win their next tournament match so they can go to the finals. And in the background, we see Doudrop and Nikki Cross arguing. Don't know what that is about. We could see something transpire there where Doudrop could go back to being Piper Niven and Nikki Cross could ditch the Nikki almost superhero gimmick. So we'll have to see where that goes. That's just a small thing here. That match, by the way, the tournament match is coming up next. Damage Control shows up. Bailey is going to be on commentary. Also another Raw talent. Show goes to commercial. We come back. We've got a video package for Roman. And we got to talk about the Sami Zayn segment real quick before we get to the Raquel Gonzalez match. Because, man, this was funny. This was great stuff. Sami knocks on Roman's door. And he talks to the Usos out front. Seems like the Usos aren't going to let him in. And Roman invites Sami into the locker room. And Roman tells Sami he appreciates him for taking the Claymore last week. And Roman tells Sami he needs Drew occupied. And Sami, I put a note here. Sami and Roman just work so well together. It was such a good segment. And they even do a handshake at the end. And Sami leaves. And Roman and the Usos kind of look at each other. And we don't know where this is leaning to. Is Sami really going to be in the bloodline? Are we going to see Sami Zayn go face? Tone or Ricky, somebody take over. What do you guys think about this segment and all this stuff here with Sami and Roman?
Well, I think it's great storytelling because now you're getting people really invested in him and Roman and thinking maybe Roman is coming along. Maybe he is going to side with this guy. And of course, you got Jimmy and Jay in the back always making those faces and it's like, oh, this guy,
Now, just so you guys know, I couldn't get a picture from tonight, so I got one from the last couple of weeks. So there you go.
Yeah. But I think it's one of those situations where they're going to be in the ring at one point and they're going to be celebrating. I think Roman just gives them a nice knee shot to the stomach to give that sympathetic feel with the crowd, like, oh, I can't believe he did it. And then they just destroy him, and then you have KO come and help him out, and I think that's your new tag team champions right there.
Yeah, I think Tony, that's what you were alluding to earlier, and I think that's definitely going to happen.
The writing's on the proverbial wall. Sami Zayn has been heel for 5 years. 5. This guy was one of the most popular guys in NXT, one of the best NXT champions, has had great matches since he's been there, and then they stick him with this heel gimmick, which is fine, but Kevin Owens getting a big push now. They both won the Canada shows. During the dark match, Kevin Owens came out to thank Sami Zayn for bringing him to WWE. Listen, guys, no one's been able to dethrone the Usos. what better way than two Canadian boys that came here to a company that nobody thought they should belong in? The underdogs. You know, Kevin Steen and El Generico.
Yeah.
World Tag Team Champions. I see it. I like it. Take my money.
Well, let's move into the women's tag team stuff now. We finally get into the match between Raquel Gonzalez, or now Raquel Rodriguez, I believe Tony mentioned to me earlier. I forgot to change that, but
what the crap.
We have Raquel and Aaliyah. They take on Sonya and Natalya in this match. You go to the finals if you win here, and you're going to face off against Damage Control. And basically, we see here, before we go to commercial break, I believe it was Natalya that gave Aaliyah a Michinoku driver on the floor. Really looked painful. I don't think Aaliyah actually comes back into this match even after the commercial break at all. It's basically Raquel fighting off Natalya and Sonya. And speaking of that, we came back and Raquel actually double suplexes Natalya and Sonya. Pretty impressive. In this whole match, she's really showing off her strength. Sonya actually catches her with a running knee, which looked pretty good. Raquel kicks out at 2. Raquel does her power bomb for the win. And me and Tony kind of, I put on here, it was an okay match. It was a little sloppy. Afterwards, Damage Control got into the ring. They confront Raquel and Aaliyah. And that was basically it. And that's what we are getting here. Raquel and Aaliyah versus Damage Control. Any thoughts on this?
Yeah, Alex, let me ask you, Alex, a quick question first. Alex, so Raquel Gonzalez / Rodriguez was a monster on NXT. Do you think this smiley face gimmick is working for her?
No, I don't. Because Raquel Gonzalez was a dominant just competitor in NXT Black and Gold. I mean, she was the one who dethroned the longest reigning NXT Women's Champion in Io Shirai at NXT Stand and Deliver.
Excuse me.
Hands down, one of the best NXT women's matches I've seen since Bayley and Sasha at Barclays.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, no, I don't think this current face persona is working for her. And with what just happened, we can clearly tell who's going to win the women's tag team titles.
Agreed. Richie, you saw the match. What did you think about the match? You thought it was sloppy, right?
Yeah, it was sloppy, and I didn't like it. But I guess it did the job. But at the end of the day, it's going to be Sky and Kai with the tag titles. And it's not written in stone. 2 things aren't written in stone. One is the name Damage Control. We have not heard Bayley acknowledge that that's the group's name. Nobody on commentary has acknowledged that's the group's name. There's a rumor that name was licensed because that's going to be a new Premier Live event called Damage Control.
Oh, okay.
But they haven't announced it yet. So, that, and it's also not a guarantee that Sasha and Naomi need to come back as a team. They're technically not a team. So why would they have to come back as a team only because they were the tag team champions? You don't have to still go with that story. You can have them come out separately. But if you do have Dakota Kai, Io Shirai win, Io Sky against Sasha and Naomi, you can't really do it because who wins and who loses?
Yeah, to be, I thought that WWE confirmed the name, but if it's not, it is easier to say than saying Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota in one sentence. So,
yeah,
my bad. I didn't
know
that.
No. It could be. Yeah, it's probably either way. They probably just haven't made it official on either note yet.
Yeah,
I think Richie has a lot of great points, but I disagree on one thing. I disagree that Naomi and Sasha come back as singles competitors. It would be not conducive to what happened when they left. It'd be too confusing. I think you have to address that these two left together and you bring them back together. You can split them up, but you got to bring them back on TV together for continuity purposes. You have to. And what better way to do this? At Cardiff, I think they should make it so that Naomi and Sasha interfere and there's no winner. Or they make it a triple threat and Naomi and Sasha lose. And that is how you break them up. At least you bring them back together so people say, okay, they left. Go ahead.
the title match is not in Cardiff though. The title match is on Raw, I think.
Yeah, it's
On
I think on the pay-per-view, Damage Control. Well, I'm just gonna say that's their name. Damage Control is taking on Bianca, Asuka, and Alexa Bliss.
So wait, the title match happens Monday.
Yeah,
you believe so?
We're gonna see Sasha. We're gonna see Sasha and Naomi. I'm calling it here. It's in the States.
Yeah.
It's in the States.
Yeah.
It's in Pittsburgh.
This is the go home show.
Write it down. Sasha, Naomi, back this Monday.
But look, if they, I'm trying to think, would you have Io Sky and Dakota Kai win, right? They go over. Then you get, or maybe actually, let me take that back. Early in the night, Asuka and Alexa Bliss are attacked. They're laid out. Then you get the tag team title match. Dakota Kai and Io Sky win. Bayley's out there celebrating. Here comes Bianca to start feuding with Bayley, and then you get Naomi and Sasha coming back, and that's your 6 women's tag match at Cardiff.
Could be. I like that too, because we saw that goes back to a picture between Sasha, Naomi, and Bianca Belair, and Kira's gonna find it for you guys.
That sets up, but look, if you do it like that real quick, that sets up your tag team title match with the women's and your women's championship match with Bayley and Bianca. I'm saying, just hire me, WWE. I can help you, Mr. Levesque. I respect you.
Hey, you gotta hit him up, man. Hit a pull.
I think that's a pretty good trade there, Alex. I think you should take it, honestly. Title for title. Both is something that you both really want. So I think you should both do it, honestly. And here we go. Look at this.
Well,
this could build the Survivor. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I said this could even build the Survivor Series, maybe. Too.
Bro, this guy's picking my brain right now. Stop stealing my heat.
Could you imagine? The rumors are true that they're gonna do a War Games? That's why it's sold out, because there's a War Games rumor going around for Survivor Series. Could you imagine who's gonna be in those War Game matches? Could you look at these 3 women, and then look at Bayley's team, and then you add about 2 more. You know what I mean? You could add Asuka and Alexa Bliss. I wouldn't mind it.
And I'm thinking something else. I think Triple H is old school. One thing about Survivor Series, I think we see 5-on-5, where teams of 5 strive to survive. That was the catchphrase. I think we see 5v5.
Yeah, because they dropped it to 4 at some point.
I hated that.
That was stupid. Okay, now let me ask everybody a question real quick. Not kind of off topic, but it's about WWE. Do you think Triple H puts Money in the Bank back at WrestleMania?
I would absolutely love that, Richie. That's a literally 8+ question.
Night one you have the women's, and night 2 you got the men's.
Go ahead. Let Graves go. Go, Graves.
I was just gonna say, I would love that, but I think they're gonna keep it the way it is because Money in the Bank itself is marketable the way it is. I would love to see it, unless they go back to pay-per-views like Judgment Day and Backlash and stuff like that. That would be awesome. But I think it's going to stay Money in the Bank. That's just me, though. But
I think Richie's right. I think Judgment Day comes back because of Judgment Day. I also think we get No Way Out back as well. Yes. So this is what I do. I put with fantasy booking now. I
always get it started.
I put Money in the Bank, the men and the women, on night 1. And then I don't have those titles defended until night 2. That way you can cash in.
Yeah, that's true. That's true too.
You put them both on night 1 on Saturday. And then Sunday, those got, oh my God, you have the Money in the Bank one night.
You know what I really want to see? This is what I, honest to God, want to see. The King of the Ring being the King of the Ring, meaning we have the premier live event now that they're called, have the whole thing be the tournament, and it's dedicated to the King of the Ring. You might have your title match in there in between, but like it was back in the days. You had your match, okay, and then here's your next match. Okay, this guy's gonna face this guy in like 10 minutes now, and then it's everybody. I believe that's the right way to book it. Not okay. Next week on Raw, we're gonna have this match, and no. Let's have qualifiers. Let's have 8 men go to the Premier Live event, and let's do it. Let's do it old school, baby.
Well,
I agree.
okay.
Go ahead, Anthony. Go ahead, Anthony. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I would love to see the King of the Ring back. I know they brought it back a couple times, and that it really hasn't been a big focus in WWE. But having it be a big focus would be awesome again. Having its own pay-per-view, definitely for sure. Tony, you got anything to add?
No, what I was going to say is, I was going to tell you, see what I have to do on this channel, how you have to take control of this channel because everything gets off topic. Now we're freaking Money in the Bank and WrestleMania.
I love it. We're fantasy booking. Let's talk about fantasy booking, though. The male models.
1 second before we go there. Every
Okay,
time
go
Boom
ahead.
Baby comes in the room, she gets something special.
Let's do it.
Boom Baby. Boom Baby in the house. All right. Got
Somebody else in the room?
And maybe Boom Baby is a big fan of the male models. We see the male models. They're taking pictures backstage, and we see that Hit Row. Well, we see Hit Row's theme song playing, and there's actually like a big bus. I guess you could call it a party bus, and it looks like they're partying in there. And the male models, they're pretty much not pleased with all the noise that's going on, that's interrupting their picture time. And we go to commercial. And we come back, and Garza and Humberto Carrillo are looking to spray paint Hit Row's bus.
They stole this from DX.
Yeah. Moving on. The New Day return. They actually don't even get an entrance. They are just in the ring. And Xavier Woods is seen in a wheelchair. As Woods, I thought, cut a pretty serious promo. He talks about how the Viking Raiders are very dangerous and how the Viking Raiders actually burned merchandise of the New Day, the Bootios, the cereal, the T-shirts, and it almost looked like the New Day were going to break up here and say that they were just done being a team, but the Viking Raiders interrupts. And Viking Raiders and the New Day go back and forth here a little bit, but the Viking Raiders storm the ring, and it looks like they're going to first beat up Kofi because Kofi's the only one standing. Xavier is in the wheelchair, and he basically pulls a Kevin Nash from WCW. He's got this blanket on. He opens up the blanket, and inside the blanket is a Singapore cane, a kendo stick, and Kofi pulls one out as well, and they beat up the Viking Raiders, and they stand tall, and it looks like this feud is going to continue on. I thought this was a good segment here. What did you guys think of this segment?
That just seemed awesome. I mean, at least the New Day isn't breaking up. That would break my heart.
I hope that something. I mean, come on. I mean, I can't see them breaking up New Day only because you need teams. So RK Bro is not going to be a thing anymore because they're going to be starting a feud probably soon, hopefully. But this segment right here, I don't know. I'm not really crazy on the New Day. So hopefully they give the Viking Raiders a push, and hopefully Viking Raiders will smash the New Day and make a statement.
Yeah, we forgot to mention that Tony popped it up. Next week, it'll be a Viking rules match, which I'm assuming is going to be Extreme Rules, no disqualification, no count out between the Viking Raiders and the New Day. Maybe this will be the end of the feud. We're not really sure, but the Viking Raiders have really actually been pushed right now on SmackDown to be a pretty viable team. I'm digging it. I still miss the name, the War Raiders, but that's, nothing we can really do about that. So,
Yeah, I wasn't. Go ahead, Alex. Go ahead.
Why they got rid of the War Raiders?
Because the word "wars" in it is just a negative connotation.
War Machine.
Great name, Ring of Honor, man.
Yeah. I was a little underwhelmed with this. It is what it is. We know that the Viking Raiders are going to beat the living crap out of the New Day again. So, yeah.
Did they tease Profits? I mean, do you think they tease Profits potentially being on SmackDown next year?
But they did tease Profits and Hit Row. That was a tease right there.
And actually, that's perfect because we're going to segue back into this now.
Look at that.
The male models and Garza and Humberto, they spray paint on the bus. Hit Row sucks. But it's not actually Hit Row's bus. It's the Street Profits bus. Now, there's not some kind of brawl that ensues. The Street Profits just look angry and kind of shocked in the camera. And that's all we really get. The male models kind of run away. And that's all we kind of get here. Nothing really much. I thought we were going to get more Hit Row and Street Profit stuff, maybe more of them together. Maybe we'll see that more in the future. I did see a comment earlier. I don't know where it went, but somebody mentioned Isaiah Swerve Scott not being in Hit Row. And I kind of want to talk about it. What do you guys think about Swerve not being with Hit Row? To me, I feel like Swerve was the leader. So what do you guys think about this?
I always said that now that Swerve's not there, there's one man that's not on TV for a while. His name is R-Truth. You put that man and you have him, now that they're feuding with these guys, you have him just come and join Hit Row. This guy's a microphone master, and I think he fits perfectly in that group. Honestly, if you really want to think about it, like a veteran presence, put R-Truth with them, let him get them over, and that's it.
I could see that.
Everybody knows Hit Row is okay, and yeah. I just listen. My thing about Hit Row is this: I think that when you have a strong guy like Isaiah Swerve Scott, as leader of a faction, and then you take him out, it was like DX without Shawn Michaels in the beginning. They gotta prove themselves.
I think you get R-Truth in a segment with them in the back somewhere, unless this is just a match that you have Street Profits and what's their name, Maximum Male Models, next week on the taped edition of SmackDown, and that's it.
I believe that match is happening, or I believe it's Hit Row that's taking on the male models.
It is Hit Row. You're right. Yeah, Hit Row. Maximum Male Models.
So now we can transition to the main event.
Before you do that, I want to just mention one thing. Listen, guys, I don't know what you guys think about this, but if they do this right, everybody, these guys are money. I don't care anybody.
The gimmick is growing.
These guys are hilarious. I mean, when they got Marseille with his hand like he's. I mean, come on, man. You gotta love it, man. He has so much makeup on. It is, and look, and Mansoor, who listen, he's a good wrestler, he's a good talent, but this is the best gimmick. Like these guys can be tag champs one day, man. Oh man,
Yeah.
Come on, he's like, oh come on, guys. I said to point out that I think they're great. I think they're hilarious. Listen, when you're not getting pushed and you're not wrestling, you got to be in a good comedy gimmick, and at least this is a good comedy gimmick.
I agree with that. Yeah. All right. Main event time. Before we actually get to Drew McIntyre's entrance, the Usos talk to Sami, and they tell him not to fail, that you don't get many second chances here, and to make the most of the opportunity. I believe it's Jay that's kind of taken. He doesn't really like Sami being here in the Bloodline. He kind of yells at him. It's more of a pep talk here before Sami goes out, and Sami's telling him, why are you being so negative? And he continues to yell at him. And then Drew McIntyre comes out with the sword. Wrote here, Sami Zayn enters. Me and Tony were talking about Sami Zayn's new music. Not as good as the CFO's version. Hopefully they'll bring it back soon. There we go.
Let's go.
We need that one back.
The new one is actually better.
You think so? I don't think it fits him. I can't see it.
Come on, Richie.
So we start the match off. Zayn goes to the outside. McIntyre chases him around the ring and eventually throws him back in the ring. Zayn actually kicks the middle rope when Drew McIntyre is getting in the ring. That gives Sami Zayn the advantage. Before we go to commercial, Sami Zayn does a sunset flip powerbomb to McIntyre while he's on the middle rope. And then McIntyre eventually gains momentum. He's mounting a comeback, and the Bloodline come to storm the ring. Just the Usos, not Roman just yet. And Zayn is able to take advantage, and he hits a blue thunderbomb for a 2 count. McIntyre then connects with a Claymore and wins the match. Roman from behind attacks him after the match. And we see this beatdown here from the Bloodline. And then he tells Sami Zayn to do the haluva kick in the corner. And they use the steel steps to take down McIntyre. And then this is what I think also made this really cool as well. Roman takes a chair and he sits it down basically on Drew's neck. He sits on the chair. He's got both belts. And the Bloodline throw up We the Ones, the taunt. You see Sami Zayn doing it as well. It's great. It's funny, but it's also building up to this match. And the excitement for this match, I think, has built. They've really done a great job here at making this. Sami Zayn. I'll tell you, just a little quick side note. Everything the Bloodline's been a part of, they've really boosted everybody that's been around them. And that's been the same case here for 2 years. You want to talk about Jey Uso, it's boosted him. It's boosted Jimmy. The Usos, they really got a lot of shine. Apollo Crews even, just being with Roman for a little bit. I know this is kind of going back to the pandemic, but just being around him kind of boosted his stock a little bit. And the same thing with Sami Zayn here. Sami Zayn, for me, has never really grown tired. Sami Zayn's always great. But I feel like Sami Zayn now is finally escaped the mid-card picture, the comedy act, and we're in a serious role now here with Sami Zayn. And this is going to be the deciding factor whether he stays with the Bloodline or, like Ricky said earlier, whether he will join up with Kevin Owens after the Bloodline turns on him. Tony, what did you think about this main event? I think it was pretty solid. It wasn't, a 5-star Clinic Classic match, but I think it really solidified what we're going to hear with Clash at the Castle.
Before I get to this match, let me say this. Everybody, we've been doing this 15 months now together. You guys have been part of the nation. Some of you guys from day one. I love you guys. I want to know who this guy is in the big window here trying to take my freaking job.
Whoa.
Okay? This guy is killing it tonight. Anthony Graves, listen, we got a good team, guys. Where have you been? And listen, I'm not saying nothing against nobody. You, Anthony and Richie could run the show for a couple weeks. I could take a vacation because
this is Anthony's shtick. He better show up because he's the after show host. That's it.
No, I'm telling you. No, listen, bro. I really think I know you're in school, but if you can do some after shows whenever you can, bro, you the dude. We'll talk about that later. But I just wanted to give everybody in the chat. If you think Anthony Graves is doing a great job, type in hell yeah.
Now,
you're awesome, bro. You're awesome.
I mean, no disrespect when I ask this, but how old are you, bro?
So I am actually 19. I'm going to be 20 in December right now.
You're a natural, bro. You're awesome.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that a lot.
Right.
I'm just saying, bro, the way that you recap everything. And when the thing say goes, "Hey Tony, just so I'm taking notes." I'm like, notes? What is this? College? Notes? I'm like, let the kid, whatever. And now I see why. The guy's got structure. This kid's the truth, everybody. Listen, this is what's gonna be funny. We got Anthony Blackwell and Anthony Graves, and I'm the older Anthony. And these two are gonna get famous before me. And just like the old days, I'll be getting their coffee. I had to do it, everybody. Come on. I had to do it. No, I'm just being honest. You're doing a great job. So, thanks, man. I thought this told a great story. The match didn't have to be great. What was great is Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn, no matter how small he is, he makes you look great because he's a great wrestler. Drew McIntyre, consummate professional, takes the beat down. Guys, I don't call it the hula of a kick. It's called a hell of a kick, okay? He gave him a hell of a kick in the corner over there, and they beat the living crap out of this guy. And look, this is the ultimate sign of disrespect, everybody, okay? Hold on, let me fix this. Sorry, Rich. The balls in the face. Come on! When you got the upper view of somebody's scrotum, you've been totally disrespected, okay?
Yeah.
What kills everything, the beat down, Roman with the title on his shoulder, everything's great. You know what the best thing about this picture is? That pale as pasteurized milk redhead in the background with his finger in the air. Sami freaking Zayn. That guy is the GOAT.
KO's got to snap this guy back to reality.
Now you call
My God.
active disrespect. I thought the ultimate active disrespect was pie-facing someone. And
Time out, everybody. We
gotta-
let's
Who the hell is that? I see Tone.
You know you've made it when you get the sex box and someone takes your damn screenshot and calls it Enticing Tony. Whoever did that, kudos. It's probably yours. Enticing Tony.
I love it.
What's up?
I think that was you commenting on the thing.
That's probably Anthony Blackwell.
He says, Tony, you're a tantalizer by enticing. I love it. Whoever did it, yo. Awesome. I love it. Good job. What do you guys think? Rich, you go first. What do you think about this match? Because we still got to get to freaking Rampage. It's freaking 12:18. Come on.
Yeah.
I gotta be up at 4 in the morning, but it's all right.
I got no curfew. I'm a grown ass man. Let's go.
Listen, I gotta travel. But look, gotta call Von Wagner too. But this
Are
was
you driving?
excuse me.
Are you driving?
That is a little personal, sir. We're not gonna talk about that here. But look, it's,
Because
yes,
I was gonna say, if you're driving, you ain't gotta travel. You gotta sleep.
give up that belt. Listen, so
RJB40, respect to you for that, bro. Respect. I love it.
I think this was a good, good segment match and everything that did the job. Again, Sami Zayn was the whole spotlight of this whole thing. I don't know. I don't know what the booking decision here is. Kind of weird because do you give it to Drew? Do you give it to Roman, who just announced that he signed a new deal? So he just signed the new deal. So was that bull crap earlier? But this was good. I was entertained by this. Let's get
Alex,
some.
Alex, what do you think about this picture right here? Because you didn't see the show. What do you think about Sami Zayn with the finger up? And look how he's looking down. He's looking down at Drew. Like, yeah, I don't. He's like, yeah, I'll put you there.
I think Sami Zayn was, the GOAT when he was doing his own talk show and dancing in a suit. So I think Sami Zayn is literally like going to the moon.
Wow. I thought at numbers real quick. Yeah, I give it an 8 out of 10 for SmackDown just because of entertainment factor. All the matches weren't great, but it kept me entertained. I give it an 8 out of 10. Richie, what do you say?
I'll give it an 8.5 because of that cross promo.
Okay. Graves.
For me, I'm not really the best at giving ratings, but I'm gonna have to agree with you, Tone. I'll give this show 8 out of 10. The match quality wasn't the best, but the one thing I felt, it might be because I haven't watched like a full SmackDown in a while, but I honestly gotta say that it was pretty good, man. Like, the match quality might be not as good as, some of the AEW shows, but it seems like we're building storylines. We have importance. Even the stuff with the New Day and the Viking Raiders, like, yeah, it's kind of there, but it seems like they're working hard on the guys that maybe aren't doing anything, or the small stuff. It seems like at least they're starting to care more. And that's the thing that you can see that there's more passion, even with the opening match with Baron Corbin. Like, we're seeing more improvements with these little things, and it's only going to get better from here. So I think it deserves an 8 out of 10, honestly. And I'm excited. I'm definitely going to watch next week. I'm definitely going to take more notes now because now I'm hooked now. I feel actually invested now in watching WWE more. So
agreed. And RJB40, I would never be offended. I appreciate that. I won't ban you for that. Of course not. Listen, it's hard to get banned on this channel unless you say something really off color. So
or you're a bot.
We let the right-wing Republicans come here and say what they want to say. So everybody has a voice here. So thank you for acknowledging me. And Mick Thompson always gives every show a 10+. So shout out to Mick.
Look out for Baron Corbin again.
Watch it's an SWA show. It's going to give it a 9.
And before we get to this real quick, Baron Corbin, you could tell they're trying to do something with him too, change his character a little bit, looks like.
Yeah, we talked about that in the beginning of the show.
Maybe you should pay attention, Ricky, and be here early on time, okay? There you go.
But it's definitely going to be interesting to see what goes down here with just all WWE, honestly, with how things are going to go. So
this guy's the host right now. Let's go.
I can't be the host, man. It's still your show, man. I can't do that to you. All right. Do you want to move right into AEW?
Yeah, Mr. Graves, it's your show, Mr. Graves. We're following you, sir.
So I didn't take extensive notes for this show because at this point I'm like, we already did like extensive notes for SmackDown. So I feel like we could just do a brief summary. This is an hour show. It's a tape show. I don't really like tape shows. Just putting it out there. But we got John Silver, Alex Reynolds, take on the House of Black in the AEW, basically the Dark Order, in the AEW World Trios title tournament. And the winner of the match was John Silver and Alex Reynolds. And I believe this is where I think I stepped out of the room, but Tone, you know it. Miro came out, and I believe he interfered in this match.
The Redeemer.
And afterwards, the House of Black took out their frustrations. Big black mass here. Always, I'm a big fan of Malachi Black. I kind of want him in WWE again. That's besides the point. They beat up Miro really bad, and all of a sudden, Darby Allin's music hits, and we get Darby Allin, and we have Sting come out here, and they make the save. So maybe we're building up the House of Black against Miro, Darby Allin, and Sting. Tone, what do you think about this, man? I definitely think it was cool to see the House of Black actually lose a match because I don't remember the last time they lost, and it seems like they're doing more with Miro here, and we got Sting and Darby Allin involved now too.
Not to mention Malachi Black got pinned by John Silver. No, by Alex Reynolds. And what about this? What about 62-year-old Sting getting paid to do nothing? Nothing at all. I love it. Sting deserves it. Give the guys flowers. Look, it's a 1-hour show. It's not a lot to talk about, but anytime you see Miro on camera, it's great. That might bring CJ back, aka Lana. We might see her coming back soon. I thought they told a great story here. I thought it was great. Yeah, keep it moving.
Let's keep it moving, man. We got the TNT championship match here. We got Dolph Ziggler's brother, the Hollywood Hunk, Ryan Nemeth, and he takes on Wardlow. And he cut a pretty good promo before this match. But let's face it, we all kind of knew what was going to happen. Wardlow headbutts him, and we started already with a big lariat or clothesline, whatever you prefer. I prefer lariat sometimes when it's a nasty clothesline.
That's funny that you say you're that's an old school term. I'm a clothesline guy.
Well, I only call it a lariat sometimes if it's like a JBL kind of clothesline. I know he called it a clothesline from hell, but the lariat he did was pretty big.
Yeah, it was.
To the Hollywood Hunk. And then it led up to a Powerbomb Symphony, and we had Jay Lethal on the ramp, Sanjay Dutt, and we also had Chris Sabin there. No Alex Shelley, just Chris Sabin. And I believe at the pay-per-view, we're going to see Jay Lethal and Motor City Machine Guns against FTR, and I believe Wardlow, if I'm correct as well.
Yes.
This match, I mean, I don't know if it went 4 minutes. Maybe it might have went longer because of how much time he took to do the power bombs. Crowd's really into Wardlow here. I think Wardlow really eventually should win the AEW title. If not, he's going to be a superstar. Me and Tony, while we were watching this thing along, it feels like we're almost watching Batista again.
Yes.
And I don't like comparing, other wrestlers, but Wardlow definitely has that it factor to him, and that's what I like a lot about Wardlow.
And he walks alone.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even get it till you did the. Wow. Well, it's been a long night. It's been a long night stream. We had Powerhouse Hobbs versus Ashton Day.
We could skip that.
And yeah, that's how fast the match went. You could literally skip the minute over and you wouldn't have missed anything. The only thing really cool about this was Hobbs, his new entrance, kind of reminiscent of Cody Rhodes with the ramp, or at least with the Minitron, I guess you could call it, rising for him as well. Moved to the baddies backstage. Basically, Jade tells everybody to leave, even the interviewer, and sends a message to Athena, which is Ember Moon, and Ember Moon actually attacks her, and we had officials separate them. Sammy Guevara and Tay took on Ortiz and Ruby Riott, or Ruby Soho, which was a pretty good mix tag. Soho. There we go. Yeah, we got that. Which was a pretty good match, actually. Sammy Guevara winning with a beautiful springboard cutter on Ortiz for the 1-2-3. And Ortiz, we talked about it on the watch along. If you didn't watch it already, go ahead and watch that. Ortiz actually is bleeding. He got busted open. Don't know how it happened, but he was bleeding. And I don't know how he got cut open here, but I guess that's more of a side note there. So, yeah. Sammy Guevara and Tay win the mixed tag. Now, the two things, should we save the Punk thing for last? Because it's going to be more of a talking point.
I agree. Let's save for last. I mean,
okay.
Yeah.
The Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship match. We got Cesaro or Claudio is going to take on the Natural, Dustin Rhodes here. Quick side note: Mark Henry with these Rampage main events. I think this has been a great idea. The more he keeps doing it, I think it's awesome that he does. It's time for the main event. I love it. Love it so much. We have the Ring of Honor crew. We get the commentary team, ring announcer, and Claudio comes out with Wheeler Yuta and William Regal. And I believe Regal goes to the commentary table. Jericho does not like William Regal from the past things that have happened over the past couple months. So Jericho storms off and leaves. And this match was pretty good. However, I saw the finish online because we had a botch here. If you didn't see it live, I'm going to demonstrate it real quick to you. So I believe Cesaro Irish whip Goldust. Goldust goes off the ropes. Cesaro goes for a leapfrog here. And Cesaro, he tries to go pretty high up, but Goldust actually runs into Cesaro's crotch. And Cesaro goes down. Now, this was edited on TV, but this actually, Cesaro was down for about a minute here, and the crowd kind of went dead. And on TV, they showed a replay of it, and then they quickly showed Goldust picking up Claudio here, and he quickly does the very European uppercut. Did not look great, but I mean, if you got headbutted in the balls, I mean, I don't know how I wouldn't be able to do a uppercut like that anyway. I don't think a lot of people would be able to do it. He just quickly does it, and he retains the title. And that was the main event of Rampage. But we're going to talk more right now about the CM Punk stuff because, this has been the center of attention. And man, when me and Tony were watching this, I kind of felt disappointed because I feel like we were told more that we were going to get more exclusive footage. And what we kind of got here was Punk backstage, and he's talking about, his foot, and he's basically saying, man, I didn't feel anything the first time, but this time, I feel like I'm hurt. I just felt like a snap. So anybody that's saying that this is for real and CM Punk's going to leave the company and blah, 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 not going to happen. This is an angle. It's a work. I don't really feel like for what they hyped it up, at least, it didn't really feel like it was cutting edge. It was about 25 seconds maybe, and it's basically Punk saying, I'm hurt. Now, whether he's at All Out, I don't know. Will he show up? Will he wrestle? That's the question in the air right now. Are we leaning more towards a heel turn right now? Are we going to see CM Punk go heel for MJF to come back into the company, and we're going to get Punk and MJF? Are we going to see Punk as world champion? There's a lot of questions that we don't really know the answers to. But the one thing I will say is that I don't think Punk's going to quit AEW. The guy's making $5 million a year. At least I would hope not. It'd be really disappointing return.
Is that what he's making?
Yeah, he's making a lot of money.
Jeez.
I feel like I've been talking too long. I'll let you guys get your take here. Tone. Go ahead, Ricky. What do you think about this Punk stuff, man?
I think it's all a work. At first, I mean, I think it works because it's got everybody talking about it. But when you start seeing little things, just like the look back, just like this video package tonight, it just confirms that it's all a work. And at the end of the day, I believe it's to get Punk as a heel in Chicago, however they're going to do it. And MJF is going to be the savior of AEW with all the WWE guys in there. And he's going to get that title, and that's going to make MJF the biggest face in AEW. So I'm hoping that's how it goes.
I agree with that.
Alex, what do you think?
Oh, I think CM Punk is a... Can't say it.
Best in the world.
No, I think CM Punk is a ASS.
He's not even the best in his house.
Yeah, no. Goes to his wife.
Damn.
I think CM Punk fell off. I think all of his problems backstage have caught up to him. And I really... It would be a shame for AEW to lose him, but I just want to see MJF come back and just beat the hell out of him.
There's a couple things I want to say. The one thing I want to say here is politicking in wrestling. I feel like as much as we see this stuff coming out from Fightful and all these other news outlets, I still think this is a work. And the one reason why I said it to Anthony when we went off stream. I said, with all the attention that WWE has right now, when Punk cut that promo on Dynamite, it sounded like 2012 CM Punk. It sounded like the CM Punk that the fans, gravitated towards back in 2011. Now, I get it. If he really said the stuff about Hangman, and it was unscripted, then yeah, he's a bit of an asshole. But politicking in wrestling has been a big thing in the past before. I'm sure Roman Reigns has done it. I'm sure Brock has done it. You damn sure know Triple H has done it. How about Booker T at WrestleMania? So, I get it. But he's a top guy, man. He's a big draw for AEW. I understand why people hate him. He isn't the best wrestler in the world anymore. But I tell you what, more people tune in to Dynamite when he's on it because of his name value, man. I still love CM Punk. Tone's got the CM Punk shirt on. I got 3 of them in my closet, bro. If he was really done, man, I think it would have been really disappointing, not just to AEW, but to all wrestling fans. And I know the big thing right now is to beat on CM Punk, and I get it because of everybody loves Hangman, but I'm just kind of tired. I feel like Punk is being excluded here from this is not something that hasn't been done before. This has happened before a lot of times in wrestling, even back to the 80s. So that I just wanted to say that because I just kind of tired of the Punk stuff, of all the slander that's been going on with him. So
slander. So
I'll give it to you. You're right. But in my personal opinion, he's not CM Punk. He's CM Chump.
CM Chump. I like that. CM Chump. I like it.
So let me say this. I don't like and I've said this a million times, and I got the guy's shirt on because I respect everything CM Punk has done and will do. Here's my problem. I have a dog that can't climb. Hold on. This dog's climbing up the chair. He's going to be hurt. He's up. Anyway, sorry, guys. That was very off-putting. You can't live off your past work. That goes for everybody. Even Hulk Hogan had to change. He had to drop the red and the yellow for a while and go to NWO. I'm tired of CM Punk, and I've said this before, and if you're new to the chat, you heard it for the first time. If you've been here, deal with it. You cannot be the voice of the voiceless and then cry like a bitch.
I agree with that completely.
You can't come into a company or back into an industry that you left for 7 years. Okay? Now, I've said this before. I didn't disagree when Punk left WWE. He was hurt, he was banged up, and the doctors he wasn't being treated right. He had a staph infection. I got that. But as he was gone, he bitched and moaned and cried and buried people. He tried to make it in MMA. Couldn't do it. Fine. He comes back 7 years later. Everything's forgiven. Everybody deserves a second chance. You get a clean slate. Come on. We all do stupid stuff. You get a clean slate, right? Comes back doing the exact same thing. Moaning and crying and whining and blah, blah, blah. Not to mention, I didn't know he's getting this kind of money. You're getting $5 million a year? This goes back to Sasha Banks with the contract thing. When you sign your name on the dotted line and somebody digs in their pocket and gives you that money, do your freaking job. Now, it doesn't say you can't politic. Politics is in wrestling. I get it. When I was in organizations, I would try to butter up the promoter. Like, hey, put me in the... Come on. Who doesn't want to be on top? But here's the thing. The guy's got money. He's got fame. He's got prestige. He's got everything except one thing, integrity. He has no integrity. The fans got him where he was. And he's forgetting that. Remember that guy? When he came back that was crying on camera, he's a meme. He was crying. He loves CM Punk. He's crying.
This is why the heel turn is going to work.
Yeah, that's why it's going to completely work.
He's playing on it.
Let me finish my point. Sure. Let me finish my point on that. I don't got a problem with it being a work. But the problem with it is they have to turn it to a work because of his poor behavior. Eddie Kingston said it. He goes, nobody wants you here. You think he was lying about that? They had a meeting before the show. Apparently, Kenny Omega had something to say about his antics. It's there. This guy right there. When you got a kid like this, I want to show you guys this. When you got a kid like this who cried because you came back, and then you can't make this kid proud, and you can't politic with integrity or have a difference of opinion without being a crybaby, I got no respect for you. Now, we know it's a work. His foot wasn't hurt, but think about it. I think Moxley was like, look, I got no problem losing it all out. I'm winning tonight. Why wasn't it a better match? Why the angle with, oh, my foot hurts. You stepped on your foot the wrong way. 3 minutes, you're out. Do you really believe now that after losing in 3 minutes because you're hurt, your foot's hurt, in 10 days or 7 days, whatever it is, you're going to go to freaking all out and beat Jon Moxley? It's not believable now.
Well, the thing is that they haven't confirmed the match to be at All Out, and I don't think that's the direction they're going to go. I don't know if he's going to be in Chicago or not, but I think what's going to happen is Punk is going to be taken off TV, and he's going to come back with a vengeance because of that moment being taken from him. He's going to use it to build up that heel turn. And now I know everybody's saying the stuff with Hangman and him going off script and all this. And allegedly it's because Hangman said some stuff in a promo that he didn't get approved by Punk or anybody else in the locker room to build up more to their match. I don't know what the deal is with it. But, you know, for right now, until an actual person from the company like actually says something that, yeah, this is a big problem that's going on, I don't buy it, because you know what? We're talking about this for a long time. We talked about Punk, I believe, at 110. We've been talking about this for like almost 20 minutes. This is getting the wrestling world talking about whether CM Punk's going to quit or not. The money is there. And right now, I think we're all being worked. I really do. And if it isn't, I will say, look, and I'll say this right now, CM Punk is kind of turned into Bret Hart. He cannot. He does not want to, he doesn't want to give the Miz credit. He doesn't want to give people credit, maybe unless you're a big name like Cena, because he has praised Cena. I'll give him that. He has praised some people, but some people like the Miz and John Morrison, he's not praised. He has a very big ego for himself, but he has a problem, basically telling somebody when they're right, and how good of a performer they are. Now, whether
Morrison's a better wrestler than Punk anyway.
He is.
And Miz is a harder worker.
He didn't quit.
So
he didn't leave his fans for 8 years. Decided to go to the UFC, lose twice, and then come back.
Not to mention the Miz was a pariah in the locker room, and nobody wanted him. He stayed strong, got dressed in the public bathroom, and became a 2-time Grand Slam champion. CM Punk can kiss my ass. I still like him though.
I still love Punk. I don't agree with certain things that he does or whatever. But I think that comes to certain things. I know Alex said CM Chump, which I can see why some people don't like him. But I mean, at the end of the day, he definitely, to me, has become more like Brett, where he's more bitter now. I think a lot of it needs to be let go. I don't know what the issue with Hangman is. I'm not the biggest Hangman Adam Page fan, like a lot of people are. So I didn't really mind it. Again, I think it's just a way for people to stir the pot here and to draw more attention to it, because we're spending, so much more time talking about this when WWE right now is hitting strides. That's the big thing you got to think about here too, folks, is that AEW is very focused on what WWE is doing. And if you don't believe me, look at all the tweets. They might be the very best second company in North America, but I think Tony Khan still wants to be number one. And we got a bomb in the chat again, so we got to talk about that.
I just put that there because
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I put it up there because he sent me $20 Cash App, and he didn't even acknowledge that he did.
So we got a bomb. Yeah, we got a bomb, right?
Thank you, Smoke Man Joe. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for that, man. He sent me $30 tonight. You guys are awesome. Appreciate that. Look, Anthony, everything you said was 100% true. I don't disagree with anything. What I do disagree with is Richie just disappearing like a thief in the night. Kira laughed at that. She liked the segue. Alex, as you scratch your head, what do you think? Go to sleep.
Oh no, I'm just scratching my head because my head's itchy. I'm not tired. I'm totally tired.
Kira's laughing.
I mean, I'm not pulling no punches, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Basically, I think CM Punk is letting his fans down because, people get emotional. All right, I cried when CM Punk came back. I also cried when Edge made his return at Royal Rumble 2020. I was on the floor when he won the Royal Rumble in 2021. And then he turns heel, and I still love the man. CM Punk's doing the wrong thing.
Hey, listen.
Okay. I was just going to say, I understand that, because when I watched the match, I got home from work and I watched this match, and I felt disappointed too. I'm like, this is some WCW-esque booking right here, in my opinion. This is like why did we not save this for the pay-per-view? And maybe it's because if they did this at the pay-per-view, the Chicago fans would have saw through it. Everybody would have shit all over it. The pay-per-view probably would have been a thumbs down. It might be a thumbs down how the build-up has been. I'm not going to lie. As we stand right now. That's a great impression, by the way. But, I felt disappointed as well. But the thing is I think this is going to build up to a bigger picture. And if it doesn't, then I think it's a real detriment to show how AEW has kind of fallen here. Everybody has praised the long-term booking. I don't see a lot of long-term booking on this pay-per-view. But that's just me.
No, it's
I
not.
don't see it.
It's everybody that's smart. It looks like they're throwing something in the wall, see if it sticks.
What are they doing on Dynamite now, or next week's Rampage? My wife even brought this up because I knew about the Rampage results before Rampage aired. I told her what was going to happen, and she goes, "Wait, so next week on Rampage it's face in the trios tournament."
Listen, the whole AEW booking thing just has me thrown off. I watch it because I want to see what happens next, but they're gonna start losing people if they don't get their crap together. They're losing fans.
The one thing I want to say as well is that, all of us here, we're not trying to just shit on AEW. We're just giving honest criticism to it, because the stuff that they did on Wednesday, like what I'm saying, I think it is still a work, but it just looks bad around the board also with all the rumors that have been going around. And when you're somebody that wants to promote that you have the best pro wrestling show in North America, and you're basically trying to say how good your product is, and let me tell you something too. I said to my dad last night, imagine if WWE pulled something like this. Imagine how much hate they would get. Man, this sucks. This is total crap or whatever. And honestly, I hope that this is all at work. Well, obviously the foot thing's a work, but I think this is going to be a way to get CM Punk to be a heel, because how we feel right now as fans, as you alluded, Alex, you felt disappointed.
Very disappointed.
And when Punk looked, I know it was only for 5 seconds and it looked brief, and it felt like, yeah, we're just confused of what's going on. That's a great point right there. And I think AEW, the one thing WWE does better as well is really pinpoint the storyline to you and really show you how people feel, like how we talked about with Corbin and all that. When Punk looks into the crowd and he sees Moxley with the title, I think it's the beginning of the wheels starting to fall off here, and we're going to see CM Punk evolve into being a heel. Maybe no more cult of personality. Maybe maybe we take a 180 here. The one thing I will say about Punk is he is very good with storylines. He is very good at making people hooked, and that's what he's got everybody doing right now, is he's hooking us.
But that would be so weird, because if we lose cult of personality, that would be
this fire burns.
Mind-boggling. I mean, yeah, this fire burns would be cool too, but everybody else would be so behind it. I mean, look at what happened when Inner Circle turned heel and they became the Jericho Appreciation Society, right? They're still using Judas, and they're sports entertainers.
Well, I'm not saying that they have to throw away Punk's cult of personality theme. I'm just throwing it out there that Tone mentioned about, evolving with Hogan, went to Voodoo Child, no more Made in America. Austin, when he was a heel, he changed his theme song up. The Rock was Hollywood Rock. He changed his theme song up. John Cena, when he went babyface, he changed his theme song up. Well, kind of, I guess. Not really heel. You get what I'm saying? Look,
The Dr. Dominic taking as a heel, I guess. He was like
Yeah.
down. He was like down the middle, but
I'm
he
just-
wasn't babyface scene like he is now. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just saying maybe we get some of that stuff. And that would also, I get what you're saying as well, but if Cult of Personality changed, I know some people would be sour about that. Because that's a staple for CM Punk, is hearing that come out. So imagine if he changed that.
That would be good for him.
I don't know. Like I said, we could talk about this for hours. I'll just end off like this. I hope it's a work, and I hope that Punk is gonna do the right thing, turn heel, win the title, and lose to MJF. I think that's the perfect scenario we get here. I don't know what the. Oh God.
That's the way it should go. No, that's the way it should go. That's it.
I don't know what the timetable is going to be. We're going to have to wait and see. But right now, what he's doing is keeping us hooked. And I love that comment right there. If people can hate WWE's booking, they should be honest about AEW's as well. Well said. That's the bottom line. You got to be honest here.
But before we go, because we're going.
We're going. Yeah.
Kira, are you? Oh, I was looking for you on history. Where is Kira wanted to say something about the show tonight, Anthony, and your hosting, please.
Oh, yes. Your hosting is very good. You sound very
thank you.
professional. Sound very professional. You're taking
Thanks.
charge. We have structure in this show now. Dad, you need to get some structure.
Well, here's the thing: we got Anthony Blackall and Anthony Graves. They both control the show with structure.
You're really good.
And maybe I should just leave.
You should do better.
I'm retiring, guys.
Take some notes.
Imagine us both doing the after show. With the notes we take, man. We might be.
I'd love to see you and Anthony do the show together. That'd be a really good dynamic.
It would be.
I like it. So, first of all, thanks to Richie for being kidnapped by Dexter Loomis and Von Wagner. Thanks, Alex, for coming in. And Alex looks like he's beat from being a dad. That baby is ragged.
No. I'm waiting for the when you go off air.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right then.
Alrighty then. Thank you to everybody.
So
you didn't tell me that.
No, wait. So guys, thanks again for watching. Tomorrow at 1:00, God, another show. Over the Top Rope, me and JB Jared Boyd. So yeah, we'll be back talking about wrestling again. Anthony Graves, can't thank you enough.
Of course, man.
Great job. 11 out of 10. Great job.
Hopefully, I can be on more, man. I'll definitely get some notes for you. Hopefully for this Monday too.
Not to mention Bertucci, right?
Yeah, we got to get that after this stream. We're gonna get that set up, man. We got to do it, man.
Guys, meet and greet at Bertucci. Let's go. Kira, get us out of here.
Thank you.
Thank you
for everybody who came into this stream. And
one more thing, Anthony gets applause.
Thank you, sir. Thanks, everybody.
Alrighty.
Get us out.
Thank you for everyone coming into this stream and for our watch along.
Is there an earthquake? What the hell's going on here? Let's go.
I've given up. I don't even care anymore. And the watch along stream. If you guys are new, make sure you stay and subscribe and like, comment, share, all that good stuff.
I'll get a new wire for my mic tomorrow. Ain't this a bit?
Yeah, it's really your fault for swatting that fly. Thank you to all the super chats that we got tonight.
Mad super chats, bro. We going to WrestleMania. Oh, sorry. Oh,
we'll have a show tomorrow with Mr. JB Jared Boyd, Over the Top Rope. And then on, what's the day? Friday? I don't know. We'll probably be somewhere on Sunday. We'll see you guys on Monday for sure. Thank you for all the co-hosts, Ravishing Ricky, Anthony Blackwell, Alex, Anthony Graves, Talon Tony, me, the dogs.
What's
Mikey.
going on in that box
I don't
down there?
know. I don't know, but it's all right. We're just going to move along.
I was just getting comfortable. I was putting my charger in. I'm sorry for interrupting you, Kira, but I have some really big news.
Cut the music.
So in October, they have announced the first entrant into the 2022 NYWC Hall of Fame.
Who is it?
Dickie Rods.
Oh, Dickie. Shout out to Dickie Rods. Dickie Rods deserves it. You guys got to check Dickie Rods out. Check him out on the internet. Dickie Rods, he deserves to go there.
Congratulations.
He'll be joining me. Kill it. Let's go.
Okay. Okay, that's all I gotta say. Hug your families, kiss your families, tell me love and pray to God every day.
Cut the music.
Dad, every time.
Hurry before somebody else says something. Go.
Oh my gosh. Hug your families, kiss your families, tell me love and pray to God every day because you're not promised tomorrow. And as always do, we all do best and not stay tantalizing.
What she said.